might just stand because I have a better view. Testing. We are here at the Village Green for NPL New South Wales Women's Match of the Round. Second place, third. I'll go a bit louder than that. And we get up here, nice and loud. Coming through. Probably like slightly more than that, but yeah, that's cool. The NPL Women's New South Wales Match of the Round brings us to the Village Green in Kensington, where two of the top three will battle it out this afternoon, with both teams chasing reigning premiers Bulls FC Academy atop of the table. 3 points today is vital if not critical, to staying in touch. And there is a real sense of finals intensity as two teams that may well play postseason football give us a bit of a taste of what may still be to come. Good afternoon and welcome to the Village Green. It's Will Constantinides here for you in the Moya Dodge stand in the heart of the UNSW campus in Sydney's east, and it promises to be a fantastic game of football played between two of the premier teams in our NPL women's competition. And let's get you straight into the team news, starting first with the host UNSW. A 2-2 draw against Bladesville last time out has made it 3 consecutive draws for UNSW, but perhaps more noticeably is the fact that that is now 4 games consecutive that UNSW have failed to take a win, and that comes after they spent the first 16 games of the season alongside a record-setting unbeaten streak, which made them the 4th best team in terms of games unbeaten in NPL women's history, and they now have the back of the season to look forward to, and if they can get a win today, it puts them one step closer to adding to the Sapphire Cup that they won earlier this season. So just the one change for Zora Namovsky from that 2-2 draw. And here is how their team lines up. It is number 1 in goal, Erin Naylor. Number 5 is Leah Puxty. Number 6, Aya Yamahata. Number 7, Poppy Channing. Number 8, Demi Koulazakis. Number 9, Lexi Moreno. Number 10, Chloe Smith. Number 14, Leah Burden. Number 15, Abby Lemon. Number 16, Sky Kasachia. Number 17, the former APIA player Ange Christodoulou. Number 24, Alan Hammond. As for Brad Attar's APIA Leichhardt, a loss away at the Crest Athletic Centre against Sydney Olympic marked the first time in 5 years that Sydney Olympic had beaten APIA in an NPL women's fixture. It also arrested APIA's 6-game unbeaten run. And of the two teams playing here today, a win is certainly more important for the visitors APIA, as they know they are 6 points off the team that defeated them in last season's NPL Women's Grand Final. And Brad Attard, in response to last weekend's result, makes 3 changes to the team. No Claudia Chico today after her signing with Adelaide United was announced recently, as well as Christina Kachika and Susan Fonsonkamp dropping to the bench. And here is how they line up. In goal is number 99, Anna Leet. Number 3 is Charlotte Lancaster. 5 is Maya Lobo. Number 7, Talia Capitanellis. Number 11, the competition's leading goal scorer, is Ash Letter. Number 13, Jordan Jasnos. Number 18, Sophie Hoban. Number 38, Alyssa Rose. And the 3 new inclusions are number 4, Tash Pryor. Number 14, Mia Golding. And number 8, Mona Walker. And with all that out of the way, all that remains is kickoff. UNSW will take comfort in knowing that they have a perfect record against their opponents at the Village Green here today. From their previous 2 meetings at this venue, UNSW have taken all 3 points on both occasions. It is notoriously a very difficult place to travel to and play. And in their brief history in the NPL women's competition, and also in the men's competition, the Village Green has become somewhat of a notorious venue and has become a fortress in both competitions. So APIA will get us underway, kicking from right to left in their Maronazzurri strip. As for UNSW, they are in the yellow and black. Last time they met earlier in the season, it was a 1-1 draw that went right down to the wire, with Leah Puxty scoring on the 87th minute to equalise for UNSW. They played in the Sapphire Cup earlier as well, where UNSW took the win on that occasion too. It will all fall by the wayside in today's game, with the premiership race well and truly alive for these two that are trying to chase down the Bulls and prevent them from going back-to-back as premiers of this competition. And there's Golding looking to switch towards Tash Pryor, the 2 new inclusions. Pryor has played mostly off the bench for APIA since coming back for her return. Here is Mona Walker, looking immediately for Letter, but that'll be swept up easily by Erin Naylor. Here is Christodoulou. And Channing again looks direct, trying to turn Tash Pryor behind, but Pryor is calm to pass back to Leet. Hoban tussling for possession, but gives away the foul on Sky Kasachia. Interestingly, APIA have scored against every opponent they've played against this season in the league. They come up against the best defensive side in the competition in UNSW today. And away from home, there's certainly no illusion of the task that awaits Brad Attard's team. As Walker has the first chance to drive through midfield and does get past Koulazakis with numbers up ahead. Gets Lancaster running in towards the byline. Lancaster, that's a good first time ball. It connects with Walker and it ricochets off Letta. And that's a fantastic opportunity to start by APIA Leichhardt. Exactly what they wanted. Getting Lancaster in space on her left foot. And it's been a big week for Charlotte Lancaster. Was announced to be part of the Auckland FC Invitational 11 that will take on Chelsea. And I did ask Brad Attard if they will lose Lancaster for her trip away. And he said that she'll still be back in action, won't miss any games, which is crucial for APIA given her importance to the team. Channing. Spray that pass wide. It's intercepted by Golding. Koulazakis has it taken off her by Walker, and now Rose. Quick touches by Lobo allows Walker to play out, and again they're looking for this left side, but it's disrupted well by Milan Hammond. Slaloming her way between defenders. Hammond. There's Moreno. Wide with Puxty. Lemon between the lines. And there is Capitanellis tracking back. Might be having to try and play their way out of the corner here. As Lobo again looks direct, asking a bit of Lancaster. And Channing has that covered. It's been such a strong defensive core that UNSW have built this season. Poppy Channing has been a huge part of that. She is on the ball again, unconventionally the number 7 at centre back. Hammond does well to control that and has won the throw-in, but the referee disagrees. Poppy Channing has been almost a permanent member of multiple teams of the week and Player of the Month awards. Backline that's anchored by her and Aya Yamahata, two of the best central defenders in the competition. It's a big reason why they've conceded so few. They'll be tested here though. Lancaster goes for the shot this time, and there is Poppy Channing covering so much ground there to scramble it away defensively. Zora Nomoski won't be too pleased with how much space Charlotte Lancaster is getting in these early stages. Hoban. Rose. APIA will take this moment to reset. Here is Pryor. Back with Lobo. Now Golding. Hoban has drifted wide to receive, and this is where she can be dangerous. Gets away from the first defender. It's a good ball in towards Letta, and Letta still! And APIA take the lead early at the Village Green. Exactly what they were looking for in such a big game. And who else but the competition's leading goal scorer, Ash Letta, in the right place at the right time, as that takes her to 24 goals on the season, equaling her career best tally. As APIA strike first here in this match of the round contest. And it's off the back of some industrious work by Sophie Hoban on that right side, freeing the feet, finding the good cross. And Letta has the striker's instincts to put those away. And Brad Attard couldn't have hoped for a better start from his team. Well, they'll have to worry about defending quickly here as Hammond gets forward, but the flag is immediately up. Hoban is battling for possession, dragged down by Kasacha this time. As APIA's run of scoring in every NPL women's match this season continues. Only time they've been kept scoreless was by UNSW, coincidentally in the Sapphire Cup, in which UNSW knocked them out in the earlier rounds. UNSW went on to be eliminated by eventual finalists, Manly United. Now there's perhaps a bit of concern here for APIA because Jordan Jasnos is just favouring her left side at the moment. Came off second best in that challenge, but for the meantime, no, APIA will have to worry about defending. UNSW have the ball on the far side. Kasatia continues her little battle with Sophie Hobart. That's 2 fouls from Hobart on Kasatia. One the other way has been returned by the UNSW midfielder. UNSW enjoy a really solid run of home form this season. They are actually undefeated at the Village Green, so that record will be in jeopardy. 6 wins and 3 draws at this venue so far this season. And from those now 10 games, that is just the 6th goal they've conceded at home. It's a very rare occurrence that teams can take points from this venue. UNSW will be tested here. They've whipped this ball in. Koulazakis keeps it alive. Lemon heads it down. It might just fall for Hammond. But a good save is forced out of Anna Leet. Had to be alive to it. And it looked like APIA had that covered, but they just were unable to clear it away. And Milan Hammond is certainly capable of scoring. Again, APIA look direct, but Yamahata is strong in the air. Yamahata has it taken off her by Leder, and now Hoban is going in stride. And again, there is more trouble brewing for UNSW. It's with Capitan Ellis. A good save this time by Naylor. APIA having a lot of success down the wings in these early stages. And that's a great opportunity for someone like Talia Capitan Ellis. Her first season at APIA Leichhardt has been of great success. 9 goals on the campaign, including 2 in her last 2. First corner of the game goes the way of the visitors. Lancaster towards the near post. UNSW get it away at the first time of asking, but Hoban continues the press. Another cross to come from Lancaster. This one more towards the edge of the area. Walker is fighting to keep it alive, but her former teammate Ange Christodoulou takes it off her. Capitan Ellis again intervening. Another cross is put in. This will spin down, and another corner is coming APIA Leichhardt's way. APIA are known to be quite a good set-piece team. They've got players that are capable of putting in a dangerous ball, like Lancaster and Capitan Ellis with their left foot, or Alyssa Rose on her right. And then you've got the targets of Tash Pryor to aim for. And Nash Leder is quite good in the air as well. Corner to come from Alyssa Rose. A bit deeper this time towards the back post. It's in a good position too. Walker's header was saved by Naylor, and Hoban's shot flashes over the bar. And again, it's a fantastic opportunity for APIA. Getting Mona Walker in close quarters there. And had her header been to the either side, really, of Erin Naylor, would have forced a real spectacular reaction save to stop her. But thankfully, Naylor was well positioned to not have to move too much to stop that header. But UNSW are really under the pump here early. Leder again finds Hoban in a similar position. This time a bit deeper on the cross, but it was too heavy, and it rolls out of play. NSW searching for a bit of momentum in this one early, but they know they have the quality of players to bring something about it. And when I spoke to Zoran Amoski before the game, he said his team had really prided themselves on their defensive record, and that even when their team had dried up a little bit in attack, that their defence was good enough to continuously win points for them, and their defence is really being tested right now. Unable to regain much control in midfield. Lancaster, an early strike. Naylor had that covered, but it was over. This is going to be again a real question of UNSW's resilience. They've had to show that in recent weeks with their dip in form, but despite that, they've been able to pick up enough points to stay consistently within reach of Bulls FC Academy. They're just 4 points away from first, UNSW coming into today's game. Although Bulls FC Academy are probably hoping that APIA win or that this game ends in a draw, because that would give them a bigger buffer than what they had coming into it. But it's almost a certainty now that the top three will play finals. And given that these two teams are in second and third, it's high likelihood we'll see them again play each other in the semis. If not the grand final, who knows? Depending on where they finish, of course. Christodoulou, Casaccio. Now Hammond. Christodoulou again has found Chloe Smith peeling off, and this is her first real involvement. But Tash Pryor snuffs out that cross. As Hoban has to play with her back to goal for a little bit. And as Jasnos has unlocked a bit of space for Lancaster here, but there is Poppy Channing to stay in close quarters with her. And as Channing has the step and plays that out for an APIA throw. And so far it's just been APIA's willingness to consistently win the ball and play forward with more success than UNSW that has them in front. Here's Hoban. Lancaster darting inwards, trying to get it onto her preferred left foot, and finds a good pass to Hoban. Now Leder. Thought about the shot, but lays it off for Capitan Ellis instead. APIA take the more patient approach. Golding. That's catching practice for Naylor. Former New Zealand football phone will take that all day long. As the sun is now set behind the buildings here at the university campus, a clear evening of football. It's nicely worked by UNSW, able to move through the gears, and now with Lexi Moreno. Koulazakis unlocking the overlap of Angelique Christodoulou. Christodoulou, it's a dangerous ball towards the penalty spot. And as Milan Hammond couldn't angle her header goalwards. That's bright signs from the hosts. It's the first time really we've seen them get through midfields with success. And they have all the players that can do it. Sky Casaccio holding it down with Koulazakis and Lemon just ahead of her. And then you've got Chloe Smith and Milan Hammond on either wings who are capable of adding goal-scoring threat. Smith is UNSW's top scorer this season. Capitan Ellis. Golding just had to check her run ever so slightly. That means they'll restart again through Walker. Now here is Rose. And Maya Lobo. Golding. Looking early for Leder. Does find her feet. But that was an awkward angle for Leder to shoot from, sort of on the half turn. And the result is a UNSW goal kick. I don't think much has gone wrong from an APIA perspective to start this game. They scored early. They've had a near vice grip of the ball. And they've limited the involvement of UNSW's key players so far. They'll no doubt be wary of what happened last time these two teams met when APIA scored, but UNSW were able to equalise late. APIA's games have had a lot of late drama in them either way. They've conceded late, they've scored late. As we know, with this competition in these high-profile matchups, anything can happen. Yamahata sends that out. APIA will get the throw in inside the UNSW half. Letter. Looking for that pass to Capitanellis. Does work its way towards Golding. And Golding has kept that in. It might just still fall here for APIA, and it does, but it's over. Off the boot of Alyssa Rose. Alyssa Rose has been sort of in and out of the team at various times this season, APIA, just because of the sheer number of players they have in some of these key positions. The return of Sophie Hoban to the team and Susan Fonsoncam to the club after a stint away. This is Fonsoncam's second stint with APIA Leichhardt, of course. That's two really key players in midfield that make it hard. There's no Estelle Fragale in the team sheet today. But APIA aren't really hurt much by that because of the depth they have in midfield, and now they've pitched it back in a good area. Capitanellis, low driven cross towards Letta, but Naylor beat her to it. And Erin Naylor is certainly proving her worth to this UNSW team right now. As Moreno is tracked all the way by Tash Pryor, and Pryor trips her up. Moreno able to win a foul off the capped Matilda, Tash Pryor. This time UNSW play out with success. Koulazakis. Christodoulou. Looking for an option ahead. Finds it in the form of Lemon. Now Hammond. There is Koulazakis in between the lines. This is where she can be dangerous. Does have that goal-scoring threat, Koulazakis. Played as a striker for most of her career. Now playing a slightly deeper role in this UNSW team, but it's her versatility and skill set that makes her such an asset. Just a one shot on target so far for UNSW. As APIA try and play up the pitch quickly. Again, it's Sophie Hoban on this right side. Capitanellis looking for Lancaster, but Christodoulou heads it clear. And Ash Leder was a bit too eager to win that ball and had barged through Sky Kasachia, trying to do so. Kasachia winning the... Well, not Kasachia, that was Koulazakis. As mentioned, UNSW have really built on a core of players this season. They have 3 players, interestingly, all outfielders that have started in every game, league and cup this season. That is Aya Yamahata, Poppy Channing and Demi Koulazakis have played in now all 26 and started in all 26 as Lena finds a bit of room behind. Again, an ambitious shot from distance will be seen wide by Naylor. At the moment, it just looks like APIA are able to get forward with a bit too much success for UNSW's preference. APIA will probably be keen on trying to add a second goal here while they can, while they have all this possession and field position. They know that UNSW will make them pay if they don't take their chances. Christodoulou is trying that sweeping ball around the back, but it's too close to Annalete. Another one of the Newcastle Jets contingent to make their way over to APIA Leichhardt this season, joining Tash Pryor, Sophie Hoban and Claudia Chico, as well as Charlotte Lancaster. And of those players, it's Annalete's first season at APIA. The others are all almost part of the furniture at APIA Leichhardt by now. They've been relied upon in these last few years to come back and bolster the squad in the mid-season. Kulizakis and Lemon. That's good touches between them, and they can play forward. Moreno with Abby Lemon, and forces a good save by Anna Leach, tipping it onto the crossbar. And that's a well-worked move by UNSW. Lemon and Kulizakis combining, and they found Abby Lemon with a bit of space around the edge of the area. And she was able to put her foot through it and almost catch out Anna Leach with a spectacular save. UNSW's first corner of the game. Maybe a sign of the momentum turning in their favour now. As Christodoulou tries from distance. It's awkwardly cleared by Jasnos. Big shouts for a handball waved away. Walker turning out of trouble as Lancaster plays that pass over the top for Sophie Hoban. Poppy Channing is trying to stay ahead of her and does so well, and just as well plays a good pass for Christodoulou. APIA win it back though. Ball didn't go out. Referee's flag stayed down. UNSW tried to press Jordan Jasnos, but she finds safety in her goalkeeper, Anna Leach. Lobo. Hoban winning it back. There's Rose. This time it's Kulizakis who takes possession. As Moreno has spotted the overlapping run of Angelique Christodoulou. And now UNSW able to keep the ball a little bit more here. They've had to really ride out this first 20 minutes with not much of it to feet, but that shot from Abby Lemon just a moment ago was a clear reminder of what this team can do. A reminder as to why they are in the top two at this point of the season. As Puxty can free the feet and get towards the line. Forces Lobo to clear, and that'll be a UNSW throw-in to come. These teams have met in big games before. Of course, APIA beat UNSW in the semi-finals of the NPL women's competition last year en route to the grand final. Puxty looking for a good ball in. Leach has to come, didn't get all of it. They're still alive here for UNSW. As it's awkwardly put over, and it might just be in, but it's cleared off the line. And they're still fighting for a UNSW, but Smith taps it in. Exactly what they were looking for in response. APIA couldn't clear their lines, and UNSW made them pay. And it's another goal on the season for Chloe Smith. Alive and alert inside the area, and was not going to miss from that range. And we mentioned it almost a couple minutes ago that APIA really needed to try and take advantage of the pressure they have, and they didn't. And UNSW, as they have done this season, have continued about their business. Now Hoban is looking for a response of APIA's own. It's with Capitanellis. It's charged down on the shot. It's still with her, though. As Capitanellis straight at Naylor. And now this game is really going to click into gear. The home fans are up and about for their team. Good ball towards Puxty initially, and then Hammond was fighting for it. Almost scored herself, forced an acrobatic clearance from Jordan Jasnos, but it wasn't good enough. And then it fell to Chloe Smith, who simply passed it into the back of the net for goal number 11 on the campaign. APIA just went on the same wavelength there between Hoban and Letter. You won't see that too often. There's a good crowd in here at the Village Green. The grandstand is almost full. Not too many spare seats about. And we haven't had to wait for a late equaliser from UNSW like we did in round 8 when these two teams met. They've bounced back in a much more timely fashion. Just sensed after that 20-minute mark, once An Elite forced that shot onto the crossbar, the UNSW were starting to get their wind in the sails a bit more. Knew that they had defended well, even if they had conceded just the one goal, but there was always a sense that a team as good as UNSW were going to bounce back, especially on their home turf where they have not lost to APIA in competition history and they have not lost to anyone this season. Moreno now finding Hammond in a bit more space. Christodoulou is arriving in support. Here is Ange Christodoulou. Slightly heavy touch, trying to evade Lancaster. Jasnos doing well to keep it in, and her pass will eventually make its way towards Letta, but she held up on it a little too long. Good one-touch football in midfield by UNSW. They really look good when they play the ball like that. Have such good technicians in midfield, the likes of Moreno, Koulazakis, Kasachi, but even out wide, Angelique Christodoulou can check in a little bit and play that role. Did play as a midfielder a couple of times in her tenure with APIA Leichhardt. Now it's up to APIA to respond as UNSW start to establish a bit more control in the contest with Smith. And that's well worked forward. And no foul doing for Koulazakis as she went to ground, but it does stay with the hosts. Lemon, Casaccia and Moreno. Waits for Christodoulou to make the run and plays that pass. There's Lancaster off her knee, and that'll be another corner coming UNSW's way. When I spoke to Zoran Nomoski before the game, he said that he was solely focused on how his team were approaching this one and sticking to their game plan rather than worrying too much about the opposition and trying to match APIA. Even though APIA have made a few signings since these teams last played. And so far sticking to their game plan has UNSW back in this contest. A corner here. Koulazakis, it's a good ball towards the penalty spot. The Pryor initially clears, not far away enough by Walker though. And there's Walker, a strong challenge on Koulazakis, able to win it, and Christodoulou stops her from making progress down the left side. Draw, if points were to stay like this, really doesn't do too much for either team. UNSW 4 points behind Bulls FC Academy coming into today's game. APIA 6, so they really need a win to try and make up some ground if they want to still fight for the premiership. I asked Brad Attard about that, whether his team still had their eyes on the premiership. He said they were taking it still very much one game at a time, knowing that 6 points is not impossible to chase down at this point of the season, with still 6 games to go, including this one. Knowing that if they can pick up 3 points here and there, they'll slowly eat into that deficit. Although none of their fixtures are likely to be tougher than this one. UNSW away from home. High foot He's given against Ashletta. Going to track back defensively there. And so that will mean that UNSW have a free kick in a very good position. So Lexi Moreno has gone across to take this. And his numbers get forward for the hosts. It's floated into a good position, but Lobo gets that away. Now APIA can think about a counter here. It's a hoping pass towards Sophie Hoban, but it only finds the sideline. Kulizakis nudging that over the top for Chloe Smith, who has temporarily got on the other side of Tash Pryor. And APIA don't get it away, as Lemon thought about the strike. Christodoulou keeps the ball moving with Lemon, and now again UNSW have space. As Milan Hammond will be hard pressed to try and keep that in, as she is unfortunately for UNSW unable to do so. But again, just some holes now starting to appear that UNSW can exploit. The players are finding pockets of space in midfield. We've seen Abby Lemon benefit from that. Demi Kulizakis has come into the game more and more as it's gone on also. Channing. Header is looping for Leder. Now here is Sophie Hoban. It's tackled well by Channing, but the attack stays with APIA Leichhardt. Capitanellis rather has switched over to this side, has put a dangerous ball in. It's looped high into the sky by UNSW, and eventually it finds its way to Abby Lemon. She has her head up and is looking to maybe do it a bit herself here. And is asking for that pass to make its way to Chloe Smith, but Maya Lobo denied that. Now Capitanellis. Walker. Lobo. Pryor. Great chance in the last 10 minutes that we've seen APIA put their foot on the ball, and now they might have a good pass in behind here. It's with Talia Capitanellis squaring it for Letta. And she couldn't connect onto it. Half shot, half cross from Talia Capitanellis, and that's a good opportunity. And APIA, unfortunately for them, unable to convert. They had exactly what they wanted there with the speed of Capitanellis in behind. And then Ash Leder in prime position. Pryor comes out of the back line to win it. It's at the feet of UNSW, so she has to quickly retreat here. I'll be able to defend that well. Leet loops that over towards Jasnos. Jasnos is forced backwards. It's Moreno who will press Leet and force her into that long ball. Channing with a good first touch to bring that down. Hammond. Channing. Now with Yamahata. Defense splitting pass up to Kasachia, but Jasnos gets in the way, and now it's with Walker. And Golding. Let's chip the ball down for Sophie Hoban. Tries to strike herself, but it's off the crossbar from a tight angle from Sophie Hoban. looking to catch out Erin Naylor and almost did so, as both teams have rattled the woodwork in this first half. Chances have been free-flowing in this contest. It's not really been a cagey game at all. APIA have probably had more of the two teams, but UNSW have had their fair share and have taken their opportunity when it came. Jasnos deciding to try and do it herself, and Christodoulou illegally shrugs her off the ball, says the referee. And that will mean that APIA have a free kick in a very good position here. A short corner of sorts. Under 10 minutes to go here in the first half at the Village Green. Ash Letter's 24th goal of the season. And APIA in front early in the first 5 minutes. But then UNSW responded 20 minutes later through Chloe Smith. As both teams' top scorers have already made their mark on this game. Melissa Rose is over this now for APIA. A chance for them to try and retake the lead. That's a good ball in as well. Naylor has to punch, but Ash Letter was lurking around for it. Capitan Ellis backtracking to keep this one in. And they can recycle possession again with Annalete. Tash Pryor. Nia Golding. It's with Maya Lobo. Golding and Lobo temporarily swapping positions. They'll go back to their normal roles now. Some space here for Christodoulou. He may have found a handy pass up ahead to Lemon, but I think Lemon may have wanted that to feet instead as she showed short. Casaccia steps through midfield to win back possession. Although unable to find the pass ahead. Jasnos. Rose again takes no chances. UNSW continuing to regain more and more possession as this game goes on. They've certainly built into the match of the round here as Hammond, jagging inside, forces a defensive intervention from Jasnos. And accordingly wins UNSW another corner. So what can UNSW do here? Demi Koulazakis across to take it. UNSW players take their positions. Just 5 minutes to go in this first half. A goal may be crucial at this stage. Koulazakis, that's a good ball in as well. It falls to Lemon at the back post, and another save by Leet, and she had to be sharp to it. That's twice now that Lemon has stinged the palms of Anna Leet in goal. And twice now that Leet has been able to tip it. And the first attempt onto the crossbar, the second attempt over it. And I don't think there's too many keepers that would have been able to save that. There was a lot of power behind that shot from Lemon. UNSW continue to turn the screw. Koulazakis tries the shot herself this time. But Leet is right there. Pryor showed too much of the ball to Lemon. But Rose has time to turn and is trying to find this left side, but UNSW have shut down the passing angles. Now APIA eventually get forward at the second time of asking. Mona Walker looking for this reverse pass. Lancaster is in a foot race to get there, but that was too close to Naylor. Immediately plays out with Christodoulou. Moreno. Good turn by Walker in midfield. Pryor. And Maya Lobo. It has been the first half that has flown by. There has been a lot of action in this one. There has been plenty of shots on goal now by both teams. There's an uncharacteristic error from Pryor playing out of the back. Means UNSW will have this throw just to the left of our position here in the Moya Dodd stand. Casaccio gives away possession, and that's an inventive pass from Pryor up ahead to Hoban. Early cross from Lancaster. It's swerving, it's dipping, and it's Puxty that sees away the immediate danger, but it's not done just yet. Capitanellis with a hoping ball. Ultimately comes to nothing for APIA, so again another UNSW goal kick as time continues to tick away in this first half. It's been a real battle of two phases, really. The first part of this half was all going the way of APIA. And then up until really the minutes before UNSW's goal, and then since, UNSW have been looking more and more positive. Moreno went in the back of Rose, which caught the referee's attention. APIA do know they have some depth on the bench to try and bring on to change this game if UNSW continue to find more of a foothold. Capitanellis. That left-footed delivery doesn't swing in. She does have it back again. Capitanellis from range. Straight onto the arms of Erin Naylor. And APIA have somewhat unorthodox setup that not too many teams have, where they have two left-footed wingers in Lancaster and Capitanellis. Usually it's certainly more common for teams to have two right-footed ones, or one of each, rather than two out-and-out left-footers. That's awkward from UNSW out the back, and Letta might take advantage of this as she tries to poke that onto the path of Capitanellis, but Puxty will let that roll out of play for a throw as we tick towards the 45-minute mark. Koulizakis is heavily pressed, and that pressure forces a turnover. Hoban. Capitanellis gets past one defender, still tried to keep it, but Yamahata is far too strong in the challenge. Hammond just holds on the ball a little bit and wants UNSW to play it a bit more slowly rather than going immediately over the top. And it's when UNSW have played through midfield they could find more success, and again Chloe Smith has wriggled free of the defence here. Smith looking for someone on the edge of the area. That's with Lexi Moreno as she juggles it and strikes, and was immediately over off the boot as Moreno could only watch it sail over the bar. But again, it's another sequence ending in a shot for UNSW. Another moment where they've played out from the back and backed themselves to get through this APIA midfield. Of course, both teams do have some weapons on the bench. APIA do have Susan Fonson-Cam in particular, which certainly catches the eye given she has started in recent weeks and her pedigree as a player. UNSW also have Ava Collins, the New Zealand international. So at the referee's discretion as to how much more time is added on, as Yamahata plays forward. Maybe one last attack perhaps for APIA if they can get the ball into a good position here. Pryor will step forward to add some numbers. Mia Golding. Tyler Capitanellis. It will be an APIA throw. They will have time to take it. Looks like Tash Pryor had thoughts of going quickly, but they'll let Golding throw it in instead. That's cleared forward, but UNSW are set defensively at the moment. And so that brings the first half to a close. An entertaining first half here at the Village Green in our NPL Women's New South Wales Match of the Round. Ashletter's early goal got things started for APIA, but UNSW responded soon after through Chloe Smith. And that means at half-time, it is UNSW 1, APIA Leichhardt 1.
Her pass is intercepted. Cartwright has Wilson arriving. Ball through to Cartwright. And Liv Cartwright makes no mistake from that sort of range. Completely unmarked. Had a free run. But the pressure of Crisula proves too much. The pass forward for Gordon. She was onside. Beth Gordon slots it into the top right corner. No substitutes yet to make an impact. Mortlock, the flag stayed down. She's been sent wide, but she goes for goal now, and Mortlock gives the Tigers a third. The Rangers, she has Alfaraja bursting into space. That's where the pass goes. Rakaya Alfaraja from close range. An excellent save from Riddell, who pops back up. And
now Jenny Hill, well intercepted by Sarkis. Lays it off nicely. Here's a chance, a shot on goal. Finds the back of the net. Taya Michinski. Convert, put it over the bar. Cartha keeping their 1-0 lead. Santos beats 2. Has a player inside in the form of Amendolia. That's an exquisite ball. Chips the keeper off the crossbar. It'll sit up for Casa, and she does make it 2. Excuse me. Now the ball into the box for University. And there's the goal they've been looking for, Ella McCann. Now Murray once again. Taking on Luong, swings it into the box and it's been put home. The error comes from Sophia Fonte.
Picked up by Tiana Robertson, who sent it straight to Chloe Middleton over Tiana Robertson's head. And Chloe Middleton opens the scoring here in the... Zella Abdul-Masi whips it in. It's gone off the post. Ball being scrambled for on the line. Who wants to come away with it? It's gone in. And Spirit have equalised. Kiara Roche.
Flicked the ball back inside beautifully. Couldn't make anything of it. Now the back pass, it's a little bit short. And the ball is there and it's driven in. Oh, mistake at the back. And Chloe Smith has pounced. The back pass was played for Eliza Coleman. Made it 1-0. And now Morgan Roberts in behind. Are we going to have a goal fest here, Roberts? Oh, we are! 1 goal apiece. Moreno on the edge of the box. Shapes for shot. Turns it on to her left foot. Lexi Moreno off the bar. It's still there though. Milan Hammond with the goal. Well, less than a minute gone in this second. The ball away to Allen. Allen inside for Camus. Camus takes a touch. Drives it in for Roberts. 2-2.
We were kicking off here. Phillips out swinging corner. First header Barwick-Gray. And Liz Barwick-Gray rises highest to put Bulls 1-0 up. Dos Santos winning possession. Phillips trying to cash in. It's going to slide down towards the goal line and find its way over. Bulls back. Naimi arriving. Naimi with a strike. Daniela Naimi produces something special. Talia Yunus is going to advance the ball here to Ngsard. Ngsard keeps her feet, steadies, and it's saved. The follow-up from Yunus. Advancing. Alvina Kashaba, a low drive. Eunice leaves it for Ungsad. It's 3-2. And the Western to Bennett. Bennett with the early ball. Barwick-Gray's missed the clearance. Eunice! The Wanderers have come back from 3-0 down to level. Luchtmeyer trying to capitalise. Sends it out to the right. Vanderland advancing. Olivia Vanderland with a low drive. And it's in from Phillips. Bulls have retaken the lead. John just missed the ball. Luchtmeyer on the spin. Puts it into the post. And that could have been game over for Bulls. The width of the post foils them. Vanderland's cross. Guishon! And that should do it.
Of course, Western Sydney Wanderers currently taking on Bulls FC Academy, and it's Bulls FC Academy. Oh no! Manly United will get the open. So Dale strikes it. That is beautiful by Sienna Dale. Strike now. Oh, wow! That's one way to come back.
Now the pressure, and this could be a chance for APIA. Big chance here, and a goal. I think that's Talia Capitanellis. So Olympic on the attack, crossed in and parried away. Now Nathan, big chance. Will it sit for Ruby? Nathan wants it on the right foot. It's blocked, and still a chance, and it's gone in. And Olympic have taken the lead.
Every week, hundreds of thousands of people turn up around football grounds around New South Wales. Parents, kids, refs, coaches and volunteers. Cardiac incidents can happen to anyone at any time on the pitch.
Right now, not every club has a defibrillator.
And the ones that do are not always maintained or ready to use. In a critical moment, with a defib, that could save lives. That's why Football New South Wales, St John Ambulance and Toyota have come together for Every Beat Matters to help clubs around New South Wales to access defibrillators, cover maintenance and build a register so we know exactly where every unit is around the state. All you need to do is buy a ticket through Raffletix. $5 can make a difference. Every ticket goes towards funding defibrillators and maintenance for clubs that need it most. A live fundraising board shows exactly how much is being raised. And every ticket you buy puts you in the draw to win a Toyota Corolla. One ticket, real impact. Help your club be ready when it matters. So buy your ticket today.
Welcome back to the second half of football here at the Village Green in our NPL New South Wales women's match of the round. As second place UNSW and third place APIA Leichhardt are locked at one goal each, I should say, as it's currently. All stays the same, it'll be a draw and each team will pick up a point, which in the context of fighting for the premiership won't be what either team wants or needs. As UNSW are 4 points off Bulls FC Academy, APIA 6 points away. As UNSW start with their looping kickoff. Looks like two teams are unchanged, but we will keep you updated on any changes as they come through. It was a really interesting first half that perhaps unexpectedly saw APIA get off to the better start of the two teams. UNSW have been so good defensively, especially at home this season, that it was very surprising to see them concede early. They have to worry about Sophie Hoban getting forward on this attack here. Hoban back with Jasnos, looking for Letta and does find her in the area. It's Letta trying to create the shooting angle as that's played out, and so APIA will get the throw. Lobo is trying to fight to keep possession, but has lost it out. UNSW momentarily could have gone forward there, as Milan Hammond stepped in to win the ball off Mona Walker. And now it's APIA that are getting forward. Hoban has gotten behind the defence. It's Hoban squaring it for Lancaster, but it's cleared away by Christodoulou. And Hoban perhaps unselfishly giving it up there. Would have been within her rights to shoot, but was looking for one of Letta or Lancaster. In the end, Ange Christodoulou is alive to the attack, and so the result is just an APIA corner, as the wind has started to pick up a little bit here at the Village Green. Alyssa Rose to whip this one in for the visitors. They're all around Erin Naylor in that 6-yard box. Rose towards Pryor, couldn't get her header past Aya Yamahata. Rose again, this time it's Kulazakis who clears. Christodoulou sends that down, but it will be APIA that have possession again. Lobo sprays a pass accurately to Lancaster. And Lancaster switches the attack again, this time to Capitanellis. The ball has fallen kindly for Sophie Hoban. They continue to try and use the wings to their strength. That's where they had a lot of success in the first half, was creating opportunities out wide. But as the game went on, UNSW started to pick up on that and short things up, but they've turned it over again here. Hoban with some quick feet to get through. Looking for that reverse pass. It might still find its way. It's with Lancaster who gets there. It's still in for APIA and Lancaster, but Naylor shut down the angle well, and Yamahata was there to get it away. Again, it's been another positive opening from APIA. Much in the same way they started the first half is how they've started this second. UNSW having to work hard here at home, and not much has been made easy for them in possession, but Zoran Namoski will take a lot of positivity in how his side closed out that first half. Coming back to get that equaliser, but also just in general play, look more confident with the ball at their feet. And speaking of confidence, there is Mona Walker striding past two defenders. Now Golding has held her run. First time cross two, looking for Letta there. She gets her head, sorry. And Letta was at the back post. Oh, sorry, Letta was on the knockdown. It was Hoban that got the header. As Letta was sniffing down for any potential 50-50 that fell her way. But there was a foul in the build-up, I think, from Hoban, who was too eager in the back to win that header. Puxty. Lovely turn by Moreno just to create a bit of space, and now is looking for that searching pass wide. Hammond and Jasnos going at it, and that time it's Jasnos that gets there ahead. Still lots of football to be played here at the Village Green. In this crucial second versus third clash. APIA's away record hasn't been too bad this season. We've spoken at length about UNSW's success at home in being unbeaten at this venue. APIA are incidentally the third best team on the road this season in terms of points accumulated away from home. Letta has it taken off her by Yamahata. She was searching for the foul, and eventually it does come. A late whistle, but the referee's taking their time to consider it. Eventually the whistle goes. And so APIA do have this free kick. Pryor playing short to Rose. And APIA, as they have this season, consistently found the back of the net away from home. They have scored 26 goals from their 10 previous away games. A rate of just under 2.5 per game away from home is certainly very efficient. And it's no surprise they've scored again here today, but perhaps a little surprising that they scored so early. A tussle for possession in midfield. It's still being held by Hammond under heavy pressure. Kasachia was there in support. Now, APIA Yamahata. Chloe Smith has dropped off the line to receive, and that pass will only find the feet of Charlotte Lancaster as Lancaster looks up top for Letta. Meanwhile, Mia Golding has charged forward to try and win this ball back. But UNSW find their way out of pressure. Walker read the play exceptionally. A check of the shoulder from Pryor, seeing there's a player behind her. And we'll see that every now and then, that Pryor will just take a step forward into the midfield. And one of the other APIA holding midfielders in Walker or Rose will accommodate her in the back four. That's allowed to bounce by Puxty, and Golding is interested. And that creates enough pressure to force the corner. As APIA are trying to take the lead again for the second time this afternoon. Tyler Capitanellis to take. As all but Jasnos and Rose are forward for APIA here. It's a wicked delivery in towards the near post. Naylor has to punch it away off the goal line. As Capitanellis lets that roll out of play, and mistakenly thought that the last touch was off a UNSW player. Moreno in a bit of a corner here, but does well to find Chloe Smith. Puxty almost caught in possession, but that ends well to APIA Yamahata. And that allows UNSW to find some space on the far side. It looks like a change might be coming here for APIA. The player is warming up and ready to come on. Moreno. Good pass wide for Hammond, and that forces a defensive intervention. And so APIA Leichhardt will have to defend this corner. It's been a surprisingly open and free-flowing contest. The form guide had suggested we might get a bit of a tighter affair between these two teams. Previously played out a 1-0 win to UNSW in the Sapphire Cup and a 1-1 draw earlier this season. And UNSW have struggled recently when it's come to scoring goals. They, before last week's game, had went on a 3-game run of not scoring, but did put 2 past Gladesville and have scored again here today. Now they have this corner. Koulizakis, more floated delivery this time. They're all rising for it, but no one can make meaningful contact. It's back though with Kasachia. She tries to loop it over the goal and was just a little too high there. But a good effort from Kasachia at the top of the box, and so the first change of the game is about to come through. It looks like APIA might be reshuffling things a little bit. And I think that is Jordan Jasnos who is going to exit the field of play. Talia Kapitanelis has gone across to left wing. And Charlotte Lancaster will now take that spot at left back. Meanwhile, Lexi Moreno is being subbed off for UNSW. And that is Susan Fonsoncam that has come onto the field for APIA. We'll get confirmation of the UNSW change in just a moment. So, fresh legs for either team now to try and change this game. Fonsoncam tussling for it. She's now on the right side of the pitch. Hoban has maintained her position as the team's number 10. And there's a good ball for Kapitanelis. She can get forward here. Kapitanelis' shot is blocked. And that is going to be an APIA corner. And so confirmation of that change. Lexi Moreno has been replaced by Ava Collins. So no surprise in who is first off the bench for either. 2 of the big name substitutes. And that corner flag has now toppled over, in part due to the wind that is now picked up here at the Village Green. And has just been tossed to the side by Alyssa Rose. And she takes her spot for this corner kick. Again, APIA crowd the 6-yard area. It's in that sort of range. UNSW able to flick it out of immediate danger. Intercepted by Kapitanelis though. And Lobo. Here is Golding. Looking for the direct option. It might sit nicely for Kapitanelis, but Channing took the benefit of the slower bounce. Kapitanelis looking to drill that into Leder. And Leder had come back from an offside position to receive. So that ends what will be a free kick for UNSW. A reminder that there is still a whole host of NPL women's games to come. We already had Spirit FC defeating Hills by 1-0 earlier today. And then tomorrow, a game that these 2 teams will keep their eye on will be Bulls FC Academy against the Gladesville Ravens. And now there's been a knock in the air. Leder Kasachia are a bit worse for wear after their challenge between each other. Play is continuing though meanwhile, and APIA were going forward through Tash Pryor. But the referee does have to stop the play if there is a potential head injury. Leder did get back to her feet, but Kasachia was a little slower. UNSW physio just making sure that Kasachia is okay. It was a almost timely intervention for UNSW there because Tash Pryor was getting forward on the right-hand side. And it is, of course, within the rules that play must stop if there is a suspected head injury, which there clearly was between Leder and Kasachia. And as Kasachia received treatment, she'll have to exit the field of play before she comes back. And so it should be APIA's ball again. So we tick towards the hour mark here at the Village Green. Still those first half goals to either team. And so 2 teams try and figure out what they're going to do to get the game started again. It will be a drop ball. APIA will have it towards them. And Sophie Hoban stands over it, and we're back underway. Can't make much use of the restart though, and so UNSW will get the throw as Sky Kasachia rejoins the field of play. And now there's another coming together, this time between Koulizakis and Walker. Again, both players within their rights to go for the ball, as the UNSW physio has to make the long trip over to this side of the field. As the game has just slowed down in the last 10 minutes or so. We had a pretty quick start to the first half. APIA, like they did to start the game, did have a couple of chances early, but then a few stoppages since have sort of taken the sting out of the contest. As this time UNSW will get us restarted again. Channing moves it wide for Christodoulou. Lemon can't latch onto the pass. Game certainly does have another goal or two in it with the rate at which these teams have been creating chances. As Hoban finds Fonsoncam, and now Golding gets forward. Susan Fonsoncam looking to swerve and dip, but Naylor saw that all the way. All very comfortable for the 84-time New Zealand international. Has had such an extensive career overseas across Scandinavia, in France and in Germany as well. Now brought her to UNSW. Collins, her first real foray forward, puts in a dangerous delivery, but APIA diffuse the pressure. Walker goes in strongly on Koulizakis as those two resume their battle. Hammond. Smith. Kasachia had that shot just a moment ago. Tries again, but straight at Leet. Hoban. Letter. Lancaster was asking for it on the overlap, and this is what Charlotte Lancaster can do when she's played at left back. Is more than comfortable getting forward as the natural winger. Stay with APIA right in front of their bench. It's been interesting to hear both coaches' team talks at half-time. Zoran Namoski, no doubt, optimistic about his side and how they had built some momentum in the first half. Equally would have been disappointed, though, in the manner in which they gave up a bit too many chances to APIA for a side that is so good defensively. Now they have a chance on the attack. Although Rose is in a good spot to intercept that pass. Fonsoncam has the fresh legs and is more than comfortable with the ball at her feet. Golding, it's a dangerous pass in. It's deflected away, but only as far as Lancaster, who chips it up and over the crossbar. As again, APIA create more danger on the wings, but are unable to take full advantage of it. And on the other end for APIA, in terms of what Brad Hathard would have been saying, he would have been certainly very pleased with the first 20 minutes. But again, just not strong enough defensively, and we're unable to clear the ball away, and you cannot give players like Chloe Smith those sort of opportunities. Hammond did well to regain her balance after adjusting for that touch. Christodoulou is shut down by Capitanellis, but it's to no great advantage for APIA, as UNSW can retake this throw. You just see APIA are trying to feed off some of these errors from UNSW as they play out, but Yamahata is too composed. Kulizakis this time able to get away, and now Milan Hammond is in a bit more space. Hammond trying to drill it past Elite, but out comes Anna Elite and gets two hands to it as well. And she is having quite the game in goals for APIA Leichhardt here today. Has made a number of very impressive saves. Two highlight reel ones in the first half, that's for sure. Erin Naylor herself has been showing all her experience and class. It's been a real game for the keepers today, with both teams having lots of shots on goal. Puxty looking for Milan Hammond to play off the shoulder of Golding, although that one has gone out of play. So 25 minutes plus stoppages to go here. And still as we started in the second half. Both teams have not been shy getting forward. Neither is really playing for a draw, that's for sure. And in the context of the Premiership race, Bulls FC Academy will be watching this one very closely. Walker wins it in a good position and now can go forward, but she's been tripped up by Poppy Channing. Channing maybe perhaps a little lucky there. She didn't get a bit more of a talking to from the referee. APIA had a counter-attack brewing, but it was a fairly innocent foul. No further caution needed. Fonsong Cam. Can she be the difference maker coming off the bench for APIA? Fonsong Cam twisting one way then the other. Has two defenders for company, but her cross ricochets in her favour. Melissa Rose with Fonsong Cam. Golding has drifted inwards to try and form this triangle in possession for APIA, but Milan Hammond stops that. Smith, Lobo, physically and cleanly winning the ball back. It's the 10th appearance of the season for Susan Fonsong Cam. Has started most of those games. Started 7. This was just her third appearance from the bench. Channing gets that temporarily away, as now Chris Dulu has a bit of work to do from this position. Casaccia is asking Collins to try and keep this in, but it's shepherded out by APIA. Fonsong Cam coming across to APIA from Perth Glory, where she spent some time in the A-League. The season just gone. 15 appearances, 12 starts, 3 goals and 2 assists, or 2 goals and 1 assist, I should say, for Susan Fonsong Cam in her 7th A-League women's season. Has had her career temporarily disrupted at various points by injury, but actually lodged the second most minutes in her career in the A-League women's season just gone. And now Capitanellis has broken forward, trying to put it back across goal. It's still with Capitanellis. Can't get the shot away, and it's still bouncing around in the area. Hoban fakes and brings it back onto her left, and now she's clattered into, but it's Capitanellis that got the shot away, and it was a clean one. Challenged by Milan Hammond, had to get that spot on and did, and was able to deflect the pass away. It did eventually make its way to Capitanellis, but I think just the extra tackle allowed UNSW to regain their defensive structure. And for a brief moment, they just were stuck in their own area. It looks like another change might be coming from UNSW here. There's some action over on their bench. And now Collins has gotten free of the APIA defence and is getting behind here. Another chance coming. Smith leaves it for Hammond. And it's head in her hands for Milan Hammond. She knows that was a great chance. It all started with a simple ball over the top. Ava Collins using the fresh legs and speed to break free of the APIA back four. And everyone thought for all money that Chloe Smith was going to put her boot through that shot. And smartly left it for Milan Hammond as Anna Leet had already committed a cross. Just had to put that on target, did Hammond, but couldn't swing her body around it. There's a huge chance falls by the wayside for UNSW. Certainly their best chance of this second half. Lobo. Walker. Shifting initially past Puxty, but the second challenge comes in from Koulazakis, and that allows Collins to drive forward and spray the pass wide for Smith. Looking for that cutback, but it's not Angelique Christodouli that gets to it, rather Talia Capitanellis. And APIA try the Route 1 option, but Erin Naylor is across to save and can start this at her feet again. Now, looks like a player is down here. There's a few players that have actually hit the deck for UNSW. Puxty and Koulazakis are on the ground. Meanwhile, Kasachia seems to be doing up her laces. And this might prompt some more substitutions here for Zora Nomovsky. Meanwhile, a few APIA players have gone over to speak to Brad Attard to get some extra instructions as we head into the final phase of this game. So some extensive treatment is currently taking place. And this is slightly worrying signs for Demi Koulazakis, a player that is so important for UNSW. As mentioned, she is just one of their 3 outfield players to have started in every league and cup game this season. And for context, how rare a feat that is, APIA don't have any players that have reached that mark. Some players that have started every game, like Ash Leder, but none have appeared in all, including the Cup. And so because Koulazakis received treatment, she'll have to exit the field of play and rejoin. Meanwhile, Leah Puxty has been substituted. So Zora Nowoski goes to the bench again. Like it is Leah Burden that has replaced her, so a like-for-like swap there for UNSW. Burden, of course, started their last game as Capitanellis wins it in a good position. Now it's with Letta. Fonsong Cam trying to seal out Burden, but her first involvement is a very tidy challenge. Burden has been heavily involved at UNSW in her first season, coming across from Manly United, where she spent a number of years. Hammond able to free the feet and get forward. He's asking for someone to help her out here. Still with Hammond, looking for someone to create a shooting angle. Plays it back to Collins instead. Game just slowing down a little bit for both teams now as they wear the effects of a very fast first half. Lancaster sees that out, and APIA will regain possession again with a throw. Lobo takes it forward into the space afforded to her and drills a pass to Capitanellis. Has Letta ahead of her. Capitanellis decides to go herself instead, but seen all the way by Naylor. I guess that angle might have been harder than it looked for Capitanellis to make that pass to Letta. Had a couple of defenders in the way. Again, APIA have won it in a good area. Hoban laying it off for Walker. Decides against shooting and took too much time on it, and Yamahata took full advantage of that to win it back for the hosts. You just see Milan Hammond thought about going forward, but there was no one up ahead. It's a real tussle for possession as we'll see what the referee has decided here. It's going to be UNSW. Pryor very coolly back heels to Lancaster, and Letta is being told to chase that, but Poppy Channing will beat her to it. Lovely control by Rose, and that keeps the ball moving forward for APIA as Hoban is still going with possession. Hoban does have Fonson Cam on the edge of the area, but that pass is read. Tash Pryor is starting to inch further and further forward as this second half has gone on. Expect her to become more involved as APIA try and chase this winner. Capitanellis on her favoured left foot, and again just showed too much of it to Yamahata. Collins has Abby Lemon inside her, offering support. But tries to go around the outside, and that'll give UNSW another throw. This is starting to approach the real crunch time in this game. Less than 15 minutes to go, and the score remains 1-1. Christodoulou. Collins. As Collins, importantly, gets to that and finds the opposing fullback in Burton. And there's two defenders on Koulazakis, which creates enough pressure to force her into an errant pass. UNSW trying to press and win it back here, and they almost do so on Walker. Golding takes it inside and away from Hammond. Fonson Cam looking to switch the play and has found Lancaster on the overlap. This is where Lancaster can be dangerous. Still with Lancaster, and still Lancaster was on her right, but UNSW defenders got in the way. Golding this time. Capitanellis, early ball in, searching for Letta. The spin of the ball took it away from the APIA striker. Of course, as mentioned, Ash Letta now is one goal away from breaking her career best for goals in a season. Is now equal with her first season at APIA back in 2023 for 24 goals in a season, which is also the fourth most by a player in NPL women's history in a single season. Letta looking for Fonson Cam, but it won't get to her. APIA fighting for possession to win it back in the advanced third, but Burden is strong and stays on her feet despite three APIA players trying to win it off her. Lemon, Collins. Lancaster got in the way of that pass. Walker looking over the top for Hoban, but Channing is staying in front of her. And that's great defending by Poppy chatting, and there's a bit of extras between her and Hoban. Meanwhile, it's APIA that have had almost exclusive possession of the ball for the last 10 minutes or so. Can they make it count late in the piece as Pryor gets into the attacking third and puts a looping ball in, as that will fall all the way out and force Christodoulou to poke that away from Charlotte Lancaster. And still, it's both teams that are searching for what would almost be a winner at this point in the game. Smith. Lobo is right there with her, but Smith is able to hold it up. Burden looking for Koulizakis in the centre and finds her. Although that pass from Chloe Smith was asking a little too much of Burden. Still 10 minutes to go, still time for both these teams, of course. We saw UNSW score in the 87th minute last time they met in the NPL. Von Sonkam cleanly won back by Koulizakis despite APIA's protests. But then there is Pryor trying to win it back, and again it's UNSW that come away with it. Collins looking for one of the attackers, but there is Maya Lobo again, who has had a very solid game at the back. It's now APIA's turn to slow things down and try and play through their midfielders. Lancaster. Christodoulou goes in too strong on Sophie Hoban. And Hoban has clutched down at her ankle there after that challenge. So looks like APIA might be preparing another substitution here. NSW have made a couple. APIA have only brought on Von Sonkam. Both coaches sticking mostly to the 11s that have got them through this game so far. Lancaster. Naylor is closest to it and punches, but only as far as Tash Pryor, who tries to loop it behind. And it hasn't been poked in, but Letta was right there. And the bounce got the better of her as UNSW clear it off the goal line. And for a brief moment, Tash Pryor and almost everyone in the crowd were watching in bated breath to see if her strike would make it over, but it ricocheted off the post as Letta couldn't wrap her foot around it to poke it in for APIA. It was certainly in a really awkward position. It spun off the post. And then UNSW were right there to clear it away, just as they have been consistently throughout this game, that whenever the defence has been called upon, really since after they've conceded, it was only that lapse in concentration in the first 5 minutes that they'd given up. Hammond. Lobo has been exceptionally strong, hasn't made too many missteps so far today. Now it's with Lancaster. Again, another early ball in. Yamahata can't adjust. Letta is trying to fight for possession. But her touch was a little too heavy, and that gives Naylor the chance to bring it into her arms. And so now a substitution will be processed. Looks like it is going to be Mona Walker off. We'll see who she has been replaced by. Letta trying to flick it on. Yamahata gets in the way though. Collins on to Smith. Looks like that is quite got confirmation of the change just here. Now we have, it is Dolly Fava onto the pitch for APIA, that number 42 jersey. Capitanellis uses a substitute. Fava getting into the box and putting in a dangerous ball. It might still sit here for Hoban. Hoban. And that's blocked away by Christodoulou. Will be an APIA corner. Corner count continues to rise. There's Fonsonkham across to take. What can APIA create from this position? A late goal here for either team may just seal all 3 points and give them a real boost in trying to track down Bulls FC Academy at the top of the table. Fonsongkham's corner to come. The wind favouring APIA at the moment. It's a dangerous ball, but that's too easy for Naylor. A bit too high and a bit too close to the UNSW custodian. Had good shape on it towards the near post, which is where they had players stationed, but a little too high. And those will always be claimed by the long reach of Naylor. UNSW have a throw in APIA territory here. Can they take advantage of that? Smith trying to bring Koulizakis into the attack and has done that successfully. It's still with Smith. Now, meanwhile, there's a player down here, and UNSW are feeling that they had an attack going. It was actually one of their own players, Koulizakis, that was down, and they're saying to the referee that, you know, whilst they appreciate that Koulizakis needed some treatment, they had that attack going. And so there's a bit of confusion as to how the game is going to restart here. This should be a UNSW drop ball out on the left side. So this will be a little bit awkward here for UNSW. They're going to have the ball about 20 yards from goal on the drop ball. And so we'll see what they think about perhaps trying to invent something from an unorthodox position. Koulizakis, meanwhile, is just receiving some treatment over on the sideline as Collins has a start it again. Looking for Lemon. And Lancaster parts through the traffic and takes it into the space. APIA have plenty of numbers forward. It's a temporary 4-on-3 as now Burden gets back to stop Lancaster. As Lancaster just took too long in possession but did win the foul. As Burden had won it off her illegally, and now this is a very dangerous position for a free kick. 25 yards out from goal, almost dead centre. APIA have players that can do the damage, even from distance from these free kicks. Talia Capitanellis has a good eye for goal with that left foot. Susan Fonsonkham also a skilled dead ball technician. And with 2 minutes of the 90 remaining, this could be a real grandstand finish if APIA can get something here. As Naylor puts 4 in the wall. Fonsonkham and Capitanella standing over it. It's Fonsonkham who tries the cheeky chip, and it might work out here for APIA as Naylor comes through and had to stay strong under heavy pressure with Sophie Hoban bearing down and throwing the full force of her efforts towards the ball. As Aaron Naylor has come up tops again. Hoban letting fly from range and forces Naylor into another good save. Down smartly to her right. As we will enter the 90th minute of this contest. Fonsonkham over this corner. Could we see a late winner now for APIA? Fonsonkham, another good delivery into a dangerous position. This time Naylor punches. It's still bouncing around, but Fava's header rolls wide of the post. So how much time is going to be left for either of these teams to try and find a winner to keep them in the premiership hunt? On the live ladder, UNSW would be 3 points behind Bulls. APIA 5 points behind, but Bulls, of course, still to play tomorrow. Pryor turning it over, and now it's UNSW's turn to maybe get forward. Smith has got him behind the defence and puts it wide of the goal. Annalise was out quickly to try and make herself big and diminish the space that Smith had to finish. And that forced Smith to pull her shot wide. And temporarily, Apia's defence was really caught out, and they've been caught in possession again. Koulazakis. This time it's Smith on the header. It was looping, and it was easy again for Annalise. As both keepers have played very well, as we've now gone past the 90. At the full discretion of the referees as to how much time is added and how much time will go as Collins gets behind, but she'll be denied that chance by the offside flag. It looks like another substitution is coming from Apia here. Alyssa Rose makes her way promptly off. Looks like that might be Christina Kachik, who will come onto the field now just to try and see out these last few minutes, ensure that Apia at least don't concede. Lancaster has taken that in stride and is taking it forward for Apia. Naylor has to get across to prevent that corner and does so. Another vital intervention from the UNSW keeper. Hammond has gotten behind here, but skies her shot over. Would have seen Annalise rushing out and immediately thought about trying to put it over the top. No doubt, not much time is left. Koulazakis, strong in the air. The bounce down for Ava Collins, and she moves it on to Smith. Here is Chloe Smith. Lemon in the box trying to thread the needle for Smith. Tash Pryor is back to intercept up. You have to be careful they don't turn it out inside their own half. But Fonsonkamp draws the foul and wants to play quickly. We'll leave it for a keeper instead. But they'll have to wait though. Apia going to make a sub. Or will it be UNSW? It will be UNSW. Milan Hammond. We'll see out an early exit. Did play a crucial role in UNSW's goal. It was her shot that forced the awkward clearance from Apia, which then allowed Chloe Smith to tap it in. That's another header that Koulazakis has won. And now Collins may have stayed onside, but that time Leet is playing sweeper keeper. Lancaster, another attack coming for Apia. Another cross is blocked by UNSW. Fonsonkamp. Lancaster. UNSW are forcing Apia away from their goal. Christina Kachik. Pryor turns it over to Christodoulou, but there's players forward for UNSW now. Kachik has to get back, and now it's with Leet. Lobo goes up for it in the air, but can't win it. That allows Koulazakis to play forward, but again, Pryor is there to intercept. Certainly hard to pick a standout player from this game. So many players have made their mark on this game. Captain Ellis takes it on the sprint, but runs into Aya Yamahata. Exceptionally pirouettes away from trouble, and now UNSW might think of an attack on their own here. Lemon in space, has options left and right. Abby Lemon goes towards the right. The cutback is coming, but Golding clears that away. It is really back and forth stuff here at UNSW in these final stages of this top three clash. And Letta was involved from an offside position. Channing playing forward to Christodoulou. Christodoulou, that's a good ball in towards Collins. Couldn't crane her neck to connect on the header. Dolly Fava, the youngster going up against the experienced Aya Yamahata. And she almost gets away from her, but that will be a UNSW throw. And the veteran instincts of Yamahata winning out on that occasion. And so it will end at the Village Green as a 1-goal apiece stalemate. As neither team will draw massively closer to Bulls FC Academy in the race for the premiership, as 2 early first half goals cancel each other out. Ash Leder got on the scoreboard to continue her so far Golden Boot winning season. And then Chloe Smith notched up her 11th of the campaign. And as both teams had chances and pressed for the winner in the second half, it was the defences that won out late. And so it ends here at the Village Green as UNSW 1, APIA Leichhardt 1.
Go down here, like, get over and